Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to the new course, Meditation for Tuning Consciousness, Finding Contentment. This is the introduction, and I welcome you all to this course. So this class is about sitting still in contentment. Sounds really easy, doesn't it? To sit still in contentment. Fully relaxed and calm, aware but not threatened by the energies around us. It's about being without a single emotional need, satisfied. It's about being fully functional, 360 degrees available emotionally, without being threatened, confined, or pressured by the energies around us. This state is possible because this state has been around for thousands of years and is our original state in a sense. In Buddhism, it's called the Buddha mind. It can be called the awakened state, and the original self, as I just called it. The Hindus call it the Atman mind. So Atman is a Hindu word, and it means soul or spirit, but essentially it refers to the real consciousness inside an individual, as they express it, or our truest personality. And it's one that we are given, in a sense, right? We are an extension of an already existing personality, according to Hinduism and even Buddhism. The Hindus believe that it is a part of the spirit of Brahman, who the Hindus believe is God. Right? So they believe that the consciousness, the core of our consciousness, is an extension of divine consciousness. It is the divine energy on a human journey, in a sense, right? Now, we don't need to believe in religion or gods to progress through this, but we do have to face one interesting fact. That the state of our consciousness is much more mature than the body it's in. Right? It's always in the state of being calm and peaceful unless disturbed, in a sense. And this is a development within all creation and all individuals. So it shows that it was not something that was from the local environment, but rather from a much larger and longer environment over billions of years, likely. So we do have to face the fact that we are living in a conscious universe. That whether we believe in a God or not, the universe is conscious, and as an extension of the universe's consciousness, we exist. And so we are in fact the conscious universe on a human journey. So that's kind of an interesting concept to think about. So, and it also brings to mind that this Atman mind, or this Buddha mind, is not something we search for, right? It's already our state that exists within us, right? It is our state, right? And it's good to think of water like that. Water's natural state is to be calm, right? We do not train water to be calm if we see it calm. In the same way, we do not train our consciousness to be calm if it's not calm. Like water, we begin to examine the environment around the water to see what in the environment is placing the water in imbalance, so that instead of being calm, it is now on a journey to find balance, right? In the same way, we, through meditation, look at our calmness, our natural state of divinity, in a sense, and instead of trying to train ourselves to become calm, we begin to look at our emotional environment to see what things are within that environment that are causing our beautiful calm state to feel imbalanced, and to search for a new state of balance. So in a way, it's about returning to our original state. We can see the original state of the Atman mind mostly we can see it everywhere in people, in the natural desire to be helpful when not under pressure, when not under threat. But if we place people under threat, that goes away all completely, doesn't it? So we see that when the Atman mind is not balanced, it can be very, very dangerous. But when the Atman mind is balanced, it can be very, very calm. So we look for what in our environment is causing imbalances. The Atman mind can be seen in athletes as well, and it's called the flow state. This is the state wherein our personal energies are not working against each other, creating feelings of weakness, right? They're all lined up. They're all working perfectly, right? Our consciousness is working without fear, without anxiety, without the pressure of trauma, without the pressure of energies moving in opposite directions, so that all our energy is lined up perfectly, and for that few moments, we operate with the highest state possible, both physically and mentally. This is the state that meditation can leave us in permanently. Hard to believe, but this is our natural state. We're being pushed out of this state into lower states of mind. Because our energy is not always working together, our weakness comes from our own energies working against themselves. Usually they are competing for control of the present moment. Right? Our energies compete for control of our present moment. In meditation, for example, we can sit there meditating and you'll see energies competing for that present moment to do something else. So it is one powerful energy working against another powerful energy, both ours, leaving us feel weak, leaving us feeling drained. But we are not weak. We are two powerful energies working against each other. And when we can line these energies up, we will be two powerful energies working for each other, twice as powerful as we have ever been felt before. So this is where this tuning of our consciousness through meditation can achieve these types of things. Good meditation achieves this flow state during our floor practice. Usually it's for a few moments. Sometimes it can be for minutes, hours, even days. But when this state is permanent, this is the Buddha mind forming. This is us leaving behind attachments and fears and desires for something better, for something that makes more sense. But we do not start there, right? We do not start there. No, rather, meditation usually starts with our inability to sit still, while we argue with our internal thoughts for a few moments of peacefulness. Just give me a break. Just a few minutes so I can meditate. It's not like that every day, and not like that with every thought. In fact, many meditation moments are quite relaxing and lead to the love of contentment. And a few moments even reach these flow states, which gives us a glimpse of our truest personality. All of these moments are educational, even the ones that are painful. But the tough days are the ones that cause us to say, you know something? I cannot meditate. I quit. I simply cannot do it. And so meditation no longer is part of our practice. My teacher, when he hears those words, says, good, he would say. You have noticed something interesting using meditation already. In a way, you are ahead of the class, and your meditation is working for you perfectly. You simply do not understand it. You are using meditation as a tool to understand something, and once that understanding comes, your mind will be tuned like an instrument to play a more wonderful sound than the discontentment that is flowing from you today. Contentment. You will begin to sing contentment. Perceptions will change and healing will begin emotionally. I remember at the time I was not quite sure what he meant when he was talking, but he continued. He said that meditation works on many levels. He says there is the physical level and the feeling of physical relaxation and calmness that comes with sitting quietly, right? That feeling of being surrounded by calmness. That is the part that you are chasing, he would say. The fun part, and it eludes you. No fun part, no desire to meditate. He would say, maybe you should go find yoga or basket weaving. Much easier to be calm. But he would often say, but hold on for a second. Let us look at these questions for a few moments more before you head for the door for basket weaving. After all, he would say, we have found something interesting here. Why are you unable to sit calmly when you want to? Why can you not choose to be calm? What is choosing for you? Why? Right? So many questions about how we work and no answers. Perhaps this is why you are feeling so uncomfortable. Not only with yourself, but the world. So perhaps we should look a little deeper. Perhaps if we had more information on what was happening, if we saw it with more understanding, we will be able to set things right. And we will be able to sit in a calm state permanently. Just as we sit in a discomfortable state permanently, or most permanently, now from the way that we think, right? Then we would not need to go do yoga. Although I do suggest a little exercise. And yoga I do suggest too. Maybe we should ask more questions in meditation about what we're experiencing. Where is the opposing energy coming from? Is this energy more powerful than us? Shouldn't I have control of my own mind? It seems to be independent. Or is it my need for control that is the problem? What is the structure of our consciousness? How does it form? How does it work? Are all internal voices us? And do all internal voices have our best interest at heart? It's a good question. Do we listen to all internal voices? How do we distinguish one from another? Why do we always seem to have to fight ourselves to be healthy? So what's all that about? I mean, why would we not see that living a healthy life is good for us and we would just naturally do that? Makes sense. We're intelligent beings. What are we fighting? What are we fighting? Right? When I started out meditation, I would say that my mind was a wreck. I mean, it was totally a mess, you know. I was full of self-argument, constant self-criticism, and I spoke to myself in ways that I would never have spoken to anybody else. I was attacking myself. I was sitting in a perfectly calm day, in a beautiful sunny day, attacking myself, and I barely perceived the weather around me. That's how bad it could get. I would say I was critical of most things. I was happy. I was not a totally unhappy guy, but most of the time I was very, very judgmental and very critical and very complaining. I think outwardly I tried to be a nice guy, but the fact is I was anxious about everything. About my life path, about my health, about the way I looked, about the way I felt, you know, about my friends, my work, my money situation. I had issues with drugs and alcohol a little bit, you know, and all these things were so on my plate that I didn't have time for a single friggin' person. And I didn't want to take on anybody else's emotional, baggage at all. I had no room for anybody. In fact, I wanted to stay away from people. I was defensive all the time because I had to be. So, this is one state and this is the other state. A state of living in a form of discontentment, being content occasionally, and being in the state of permanent contentment because we now understand how things work. How can we move from one state to another? Well, let's use meditation as a way of tuning consciousness, and let's examine this a little further in the next lesson.